Look, I've said it multiple times on here. I am a born and bred bourbon guy. I'm from Kentucky. You guys have heard the story a million times, so I won't go too deep into it. Point is, I'm a bourbon guy. But I'm here to tell you, if you haven't tried Scotch, you're f***ing up. I'm just saying. I can already hear the keyboards clicking. The bourbon guys are saying Scotch is bullshit, tastes horrible. Scotch guys are talking about how bourbon's... The point in here is not to make this a competition. It's not about which is better. The point of this video is from a bourbon guy's perspective, for a guy that was born and raised around nothing but bourbon. They both have their benefits. They both have things to enjoy and to explore. And these chairs are rubbing together and then making a squeaky noise, and it's driving me crazy. To give you a little perspective, I was that guy. I didn't drink Scotch for a long time. I used to think the first Scotch I tried years and years back was not a good one. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember it tasted like Band-Aids and iodine. There was no redeeming quality to it. I did not enjoy it. And I just assumed all Scotch tasted like that. So for a good decade or longer, I wrote Scotch off as gross. I had short-stroked Scotch by thinking that
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Good one.
that thing. See, it's not just me. It's not just me that has a mind like that. Many years later, somebody had some Scotch. Said, hey, have you tried the Scotch? I mean, I don't like Scotch. You're like, you would like this. It's good. If you're a bourbon guy, you would like this. I'm like, no, Scotch tastes like ass. I don't like Scotch. And they're like, no, if you like bourbon, this actually tastes a lot like bourbon. It's aged in ex-bourbon barrels as most Scotch. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I tried it. It was delicious. It opened my eyes up that for years I had been giving Scotch a hard time based on one shitty Scotch. I would argue Scotch has more range than bourbon. You have everything, and we'll go into the regions here in a minute, but you have everything from super sweet, candy, citrus, honey, just lovely, inviting, pretty, friendly, all the way to
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
dumpster tire, I can't say it, tire fire. Mermaid bathwater, seagull's armpit, just licking the bottom of your...
Or as your mom would say, tar fire.
Tire fire. Licking the bottom of your barbecue grill Islay. I mean, it goes, Scotch goes... By the way, today, the wife Allison is joining us. Not because she's a Scotch
I might get to talk
sometime. Not because she's a Scotch expert. She actually hates almost all whiskey.
No, I'm not an expert. I don't know why he wants me to do this.
Well, because you guys have made it abundantly clear that you like her,
me more.
You like when she's in the video, and I'm more interesting when she's in the video, and that she should be in more videos, which has made her extremely, like, I had to widen this door for her to get her big ass head through that door. I think you still bumped it.
So full of it.
And being that she doesn't like whiskey, I thought for all of our entertainment, it'd be interesting to get her to try a whole shitload of Scotches. We might even find one she likes. There's one particular one here that's very sweet and it's very good. I think she might like it. The good folks at Scotch Malt Whiskey Society were kind enough to sponsor this episode to make it possible. So they, back here, this big, have provided with us.
Provided us with.
Thank you. This is good. You can be my translator when I have strokes. I have a video. I'll link it over here, what Scotch Malt Whiskey Society does. It's basically a whiskey club where you join, have a yearly membership, gives you access to all these wonderful scotches they have. And what they do is they go out, they have a panel of tasters, and they go out to all these distilleries in Scotland, and they hand select individual barrels from different distilleries and bottle them under their label. Non-filtered, cask strength, just awesome examples of all these different special scotches. If you're just getting into Scotch, it's a good way to explore it. If you're way into it, it's a cool way to get some interesting shit that you're not going to get anywhere else. So really cool. But they sent several different scotches from several different regions. So let's go over the regions of Scotch and taste the bottles as we go. So first, probably one of the most popular regions is the Speyside region. Speyside is one of the smaller regions Scotch is made in, but it is the most densely packed with distilleries. Some of the popular brands that are Speyside that you might have seen are Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, Macallan, Balvenie, or Balvenie, depending on who you're talking to. I mean, there's a huge argument. I say Balvenie and everybody says that's wrong. That's Balvenie, I think. I think I say that wrong. Now, I'm gonna mention some of the kind of main flavor characteristics, but for God's sakes, do not take this as the gospel. And all you guys that are like diehard Scotch guys, don't be like, you're crazy, that's not. Look, Scotches are all over the place, even in the individual regions. In the Speyside, you'll get maybe a little bit of subtle smokiness sometimes. A lot of times they have a nice little bit of sweetness to them. Sometimes you'll get some dried fruit if they have sherried casks, stuff like that. A little bit of honey, some vanilla, some nutmeg, all those kind of things. A lot of different flavors.
Sounds delicious.
Some say that because places like Macallan and stuff are Speysides, that Speysides are a more refined, a more nuanced, kind of sophisticated Scotch. But, you know, hey. For an example of a Speyside, let's do this one first.
A complex character.
A complex character. Some of the best names ever. You'll see as we go through these. Some of the greatest names. So let's see. Now this one, come on, well, I'll pour it in the glass. We've got also proper Scotch tasting glasses. I'm just gonna put a little dabble, will do you. Hey, these are barrel strength and we're gonna be going through a bunch of these. So there's no need to get
Do I have to drink it all?
No. This is, like I said, a Speyside first fill ex-bourbon barrel. It's probably gonna bring some of that bourbonness to it. Their flavor notes are fruity, bags of sweets, vending machine gumballs, vanilla fudge, clean oak, herbs, and potting shed. Herbs in a
Potting shed.
What's a potting shed? That almost sounds like
Like
an
a garden?
I don't know. It almost sounds like an outhouse. A complex.
Not an out.
Well, a potting. It's like a pooping shed.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
But it says
I feel like a greenhouse or something. Like
it could be,
you know,
like potting soil. A lot of Scotches and bourbons also do have kind of an earthy kind of situation.
Oh Lord.
60% alcohol by volume, so that's about 120 some odd proof. So not for the light heart. God, it smells so sweet though. It smells like juicy fruit gum.
No.
No, you don't smell juicy fruit gum.
No.
Your f***ing sniffer's broke. Back off of it a little bit. If you get in there too hard, you're just getting fumes. You gotta back off a little bit. I can get my nose in there because it's all dead from smelling whiskey so much, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I can smell that.
I'm not trying to influence you, but man,
I wouldn't have like. I mean, I'm no professional sniffer, but I have to drink it now. Mm-hmm. Wish me luck.
I taste juicy fruit.
You taste juicy fruit.
I do. This is juicy fruits. I don't taste juicy
Am I supposed
fruits.
to like hold it in my mouth? Am I supposed to like swish?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Do I swish it or I just swallow it?
Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice.
What's that again?
It depends. I'm a swisher. Now, a lot of whiskey people will tell you your first sip, you shouldn't leave it in your mouth too long. I mean, it's not shot, but you just kind of drink as you normally would. I prefer to swish it around a bit because I find that it coats inside of my mouth and I can get the flavors more.
He does like a oil pulling, like swishes it through his teeth. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I do a full swishing, but some people don't recommend that. I know Daniel from Whiskey Vault says his first sip he just swallows.
Oh God, my mouth.
You got your water, right? If you're not used to drinking barrel proof, and we're gonna water some of this stuff down.
It makes my tongue numb.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get to some of the other ones. A little bit of agua in there for you.
I can't say it's not that it's bad at all. I actually kind of do like the flavor.
It's
just really.
It's fruity,
like,
it's sweet.
strong.
It's not all that dissimilar from some bourbons I've had. I mean, if I'm being honest. Sometimes water helps, by the way. Sometimes water makes it worse. We're adding a little bit of water to take the proof down for you to see if it makes it any more palatable for you or if it makes it better or worse. Less burny.
Yeah. It tastes totally different though. Mm-hmm. I mean, not totally different, but it doesn't like.
I got more of the earth.
Different.
When I put the water in it, the sweetness.
Yeah, it's not as sweet.
Yeah, the sweetness tamped down a little bit, and I'm getting more of the earthy herbal qualities. That's really delicious.
I actually don't mind it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good. If you're a bourbon guy and you like sweeter bourbons, which a lot of people say a lot of bourbons are sweet, I don't see how you wouldn't like something like that. Oh, totally forgot to mention. Totally forgot to mention. You know, I was talking about the guys at Scotch Malt that are sponsoring this and provided all this whiskey and stuff. We've got a code. I'll put it down below.
I need to look it up.
There's not like a code area you put it in like some places. There's actually a comments. I think it's a comment section.
Yeah.
You put it in there and they'll actually email you a $50 gift certificate, right? So it's like $100 for a yearly membership to Scotch Malt. And with the code, they're going to send you a $50 gift certificate. So, I mean, you basically get a year membership for $50. They also have packages where you can get a year membership and a bottle of whiskey for like $150 or something. I thought of that is I don't know if they'll still have this because they do drops of bottles. Like I said, they just do individual bearings, and once they're gone, they're gone. I don't know if you'll be able to find a complex character, 41.139.
You have to say a complex character.
A complex character. But if you don't, still, you know, look for a first fill X bourbon barrel Speyside, and it might be a similar kind of flavor profile, and you might really enjoy it. This is another one they sent. We're gonna do one more Speyside real quick. This video is gonna be long as hell, by the way. So just buckle in. This is a really pretty special Speyside because this one is
that's the 38.
a 38 year. It's one of the things about Scotch also that I find really interesting. You left bourbon in a barrel for 38 years, that shit would taste like you just chewed on a piece of barrel. Like it would be horrible. It would be barrel bitter. It would taste like nothing but oak. It would probably be the color of coffee. Like it would just not be good. But because of the climate in Scotland, you know, oh yeah, you can leave it in there a lot longer. So on this one, a sunny afternoon walk through the forest searching for truffles, followed by a Waldorf salad, diluted aromas of plum juice in a Japanese garden. I'm telling you, dude, the people
The Waldorf salad got me.
And the name of this one is Indian Summer in a Japanese Garden. This is a Refill X Sherry Butt. Again, an example of how even in the same region of Speyside, you can have very different flavors. This was distilled January of 1982. Some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, weren't even born yet. See, that one smells earthier to me. Almost like a floral kind of.
I'm not good on the nose.
Floral honeysuckle kind of situation.
Honeysuckle. Just smells strong to me.
I do get some vanilla. There is like a little bit of earthiness in there though.
Yeah, more so than the other one.
More so than the other one.
But it's not quite as strong. Like I don't feel like I need to water it.
You don't feel like you need it. Well, it's 53, that's 60.
Yeah.
So it's a little weaker. Basically drinking history. I mean, that damn thing was in a barrel for 38 or 28?
38.
38 years. That is such a long time. If you're not exploring Scotch, you're not giving it a try. It's interesting to taste something that's been in a barrel for damn near 40 years.
It is pretty neat. I want to know, like, what's the process after it comes out of the barrel?
What do you mean? Nothing. They put it in a bottle.
That's it?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like this?
Yes. This is non-filtered, meaning they don't do any kind of chill filtering or anything like that messes with it. Now, they probably run it through, like, some form of mesh to make sure there's no sediment or whatnot. But out of the barrel into a bottle.
Wow.
That's why this stuff is so interesting over some other whiskeys that are chill filtered, which they cool them and they remove like the oils, which some people argue takes away some of the character and the depth, kind of the mouthfeel. I hate the term mouthfeel, but you know, a nose hair. Oh, I do right there. Look at that.
Oh God.
You see how long that?
I've seen these things. Just real quick. Those hair waxers.
No, I'm out.
And it's like a
No.
wedge triangle shaped Q-tip, and you put the wax on it, and then you stick it in there.
No, we can stop
and then
talking
it's
about
1,
it.
2, 3.
No.
Pull.
No.
And supposedly it's like amazing.
It's not amazing. Your nose hairs
I've
are there
seen
for
it on Instagram.
Your nose hairs are there for a reason, to help filter the air.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that's a horrible idea. First one was like a bright, it reminded me of juicy fruit gum, right? Which is kind of like a very sweet light. This one, it's like darker. I think in here it mentioned plum.
It's more like spice or something.
There is some spiciness in there. A little bit of like a baking
cinnamon
spice.
or something?
Like a baking spice. This is saying plum juice.
I don't get the Waldorf salad.
I don't even know what the Waldorf salad is. So let's
It's
just
like
go
that
there.
weird looking salad. I don't like it.
And I don't know that I could identify a truffle.
Yeah. You know about truffles.
I know what truffles are. I know there's truffle pigs that get them and all that. I know what truffles are. I don't know that I could identify the flavor of a truffle.
Oh, okay.
Again, from a bourbon perspective, this is different than bourbon for sure. But it's not like if you like bourbon, you could hate this. I mean, it's whiskey, right?
No, it's definitely in the same.
It's in the same wheelhouse, right? You should give it a try. That very special.
I'm drinking it, and if I'm drinking it,
the next region we're going to talk about is the Highlands. The Highlands are geographically the largest region. Because of how big this region is and where all the distilleries are, huge swing in flavors. You got all the way from some light peat smoke all the way to fruity. Some popular brands that you might know of: Bourbon, Glenmorangie, and Dalmore.
Dalmore. I've heard you talk about
Dalmore is really good. I'm a big fan of Dalmore. Some people poo-poo Dalmore because they put coloring in their whiskey, and some people don't like that, but like, who gives a shit? Like, it's just not that big of a deal. Dalmore is one of the ones actually that reminds me a lot of bourbon. The Highland I have right here.
Yes. That's Easy Lover.
Easy Lover. Now, this one is an 11-year. It is an ex-bourbon hogshead. That was the initial cask. And then the final cask was a heavy char new oak hogshead. And this one is pineapple, pear, guava, coupled with notes of toasted almonds and Brazil nuts as we become acquainted with nuances of treacle and oak. I don't know what treacle, I don't know what treacle is. So, damn, that cork was in there. Oh.
Everybody likes an easy lover.
They like easy women. I don't know if they like easy lovers. I'm just kidding. Almost like a fermented fruit kind of smell.
Well, it's lots of fruit. Pineapple, pear, guava. I like guava.
I don't know what guava tastes or smells like.
Treacle, that's what I smell.
Yeah, I smell the treacle. I smell that.
We're so southern.
I smell that treacle up in here. No, I could smell the almond.
Yeah, I smell the almond.
I smell almond.
Smells like, yeah.
And there's definitely like a peachy, or not peachy, but a perry type kind of sweetness. Almost like a cooked fruit sweetness to me. It's good.
I like it. Who knew?
I'm gonna get her drinking whiskey yet. It's exciting.
I feel like that's probably the most fruity. I get the like toastedness.
You can,
you know,
you can definitely get the oak on the very end, on the finish. You don't get the, you get
I
all
don't
the.
know if it's oak. I just know it's
woody.
like.
You don't get like a little bit of a woodiness.
Really? Nothing.
I don't.
No.
Do you?
Depends on the day.
I guess is that like the same as like smoky toast, like toasty, like
Toasty could be like a toasted oak. I wouldn't say smoky is necessarily.
not smoke, but like.
You'll get smoke. Trust me. We're gonna get there in just probably the next bottle or two.
Yeah, I don't like.
When we get to Islay,
like the smoky
when
stuff.
we get to Islay, we're gonna get to the smoke. That's.
Can y'all hear the swishing?
I do make
going
a lot,
on.
I make a lot of noise, but to me, if I coat the whole inside of my mouth, then when I swallow, it really like, you know what I mean? I get like this flavor explosion. To me, it's like a kind of almost like a if I stewed or simmered a bunch of like pears and some sugar and cinnamon, because there's a little bit of
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, it's like stewed down cinnamon, sugar, and pears with a little bit of oak on the end. Hey, everybody's mouth is different. That's what I'm getting. I think it's delicious. Easy Lover, 135.19. She was so excited that she got this today. She was waiting for Amazon to come.
If you know, you know. So that's all I'm gonna say.
If you know, you know. It's not a f***ing secret society. It's a damn water bottle. What are you talking about, Illuminati?
Listen, if any ladies are watching this video that enjoy drinking water from insulated containers, you'll
If
understand.
any ladies watching are in the water bottle Illuminati. Come on, man. The next one that we do have an example of is Campbelltown. The penis of the Scotch Reasons. Well, because it kind of looks like a knob. It's like if you look at like, see, that's Campbelltown. It's just a little knob.
It's funny because every time you say it, I think you're gonna say camel toe.
It's the opposite of a camel toe, actually. But it's just a little peninsula that kind of
Peninsular.
It's a little peninsula that hangs out there, Campbelltown. Now, Campbelltown, 3 operating distilleries that I know of: Glen Scotia, Glen Guile, I think is how you say it, and the most popular one that most of you have probably heard of is Springbank. Campbelltown's often you'll find brine, a little bit of smoke, also fruity toffee vanilla. Some that also speak of a wet dog note that they get
Lovely.
in Campbelltown whiskey. I've never gotten the wet dog, okay?
Can't wait.
Yeah, I've only ever had this guy right here. This is Scotch malt, but I actually looked this one up, and this is a Springbank. This is a 26-year refill ex-bourbon hogshead from Campbelltown. Now this one, man, that's nice. What a Song and Dance is what this one's called. This one is 50, so this is only 100 proof. It's not bad.
This smells pretty good.
Yeah. This one is a tropical nose, and it does smell tropical.
Yeah, it does smell tropical.
And I got this in it the first time that I smelled it, and after I tell you, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's definitely there. Aromas of paint. Tell me that doesn't have a little bit of latex paint.
Yeah.
Specifically latex.
Wow.
Like house paint, latex house paint. Tropical nose, aromas of paint, pistachio, passion fruit. Palate has juicy notes of tutti frutti, salted caramel, citrus oil, flowers, and wood. I really like this one. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this bottle's... I've been taking it kind of easy because it's an older bottle, and I try not to get too carried away with old bottles because once they're gone, they're gone. But this one was one that I enjoyed.
Oh, I like that.
That's nice.
I taste paint.
To me, I do get a little bit of smoke in that one. It's very...
Oh, it's the smoke. That's what it is.
It's mild. It's not anything like Islay smoke, but there's definitely...
No, it's that same flavor. It's just not as strong.
Some of the Campbelltown stuff is smoky.
It's like medicinal.
There's a little bit of medicinal quality, smoky medicinal quality, but I do get a lot of that tropical fruit kind of vibe on the front. Like when you first...
On the front, but not at the end.
No.
That's all I taste.
On the end, it's the smoke.
Yeah, I was like, And then at the end, I'm like, oh, no, that's that flavor I don't like.
This is where I said we're going to start getting smoky, and it's just going to get smokier from here.
Who knows? Maybe I'm working my way into liking Scotch. Who knew? Who knew, Jenna? Who knew?
Jenna's my girl from Scotch Malt, and that girl loves her Islas now. You don't see a ton of Campbelltown Scotches, but they're pretty unique, they're interesting, and I think they're very enjoyable. So if you see one, I think you should definitely give it a go. Last, and probably my favorite area,
Islay.
and probably her least favorite, Islay. And yes,
I love that name though.
And yes, it is Islay. I've had people actually correct me in the comments. They're like, it's not Islay, it's Islay.
And you're wrong.
And I'm like, and you're an idiot.
No, don't say that.
It's Islay.
They probably were told that.
If you took the time to go, actually,
well, it's only
Islay.
if you use the word actually. I mean, they're just trying to maybe do that. They're just trying to help you out because they think it's the other way because that's what they've been told. Don't be mean.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
Teresa over here. Anyway, it's Islay. That's how you say it. Islay. It is spelled Islay. I'll give them that, but it is pronounced Islay. And I'm not the king of pronunciation by any means. The Islay region is a little coastal island region. Your common flavors you normally get are smoke, peat, mermaid's bathwater, brine, salt, seaweed, meaty, almost savory. Also, some nice sweetness in there, though, if you get past all that. Some of the big boys, the guys you know of.
Lagavulin.
Lafroig, Lagavulin, and Ardbeg.
Ardbeg.
And then, of course, your...
Because it's a pirate.
And then, of course, your Octomore. Is Octomore is Islay? That's a... Who makes Octomore? Bruichladdich makes...
So, like, what exactly is a mermaid's bathwater?
That's a joke. I mean, people say a seagull's armpit. A lot of Islays... They taste like sea air. Like they remind you of being at the ocean.
Well, I love the ocean. It's my favorite place.
You sure don't like Islays. I don't think I've tried this one yet, actually.
These names are the best.
Dude, they are. This one, The Beast from the Yeast. Goes down like the Titanic. Resurfaces as a grumbling leviathan. Peat-hearted, bray-lashed, bandaged, swaddled, mineral-dusted...
That means Band-Aid, not red. Band-Aid.
Mineral-dusted precision.
That's betadine and Band-Aids, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here it comes.
This is 56% alcohol by volume.
I'm nervous.
Now, it's 10-year. Something I've noticed about a lot of Islas...
Oh, it's really clear.
...is it's very clear. A lot of Islas are very clear for whatever reason. Oh, man, what is that?
Have you ever had this one before?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, I can't. I can't do it.
I mean, that's smoke. For sure smoke, but there's something under the smoke that I'm trying to get to. And this is
I can't get past that.
Well, if you acclimate to the smoke, a lot of times under the smoke, there's a lot of interesting nuance under it. Back off it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't get like a briny kind of ocean air kind of thing. Like a salty smell to it.
Yeah.
I love Islays.
But, it's rough for me. I'm scared.
No, see, that's got a nice sweetness to it though. I mean, you're probably not gonna notice it. You're probably gonna be like, oh my God. It is smoky. I don't get the Band-Aid. I get the briny. There's definitely like a savory note, but there's an underlying sweetness under everything. Just get through the smoke, get through the smoke. Just search through the smoke. Search through the smoke and through the Band-Aids and the seagulls. You don't get a little bit of like a sweet coating on your mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in there.
No, it's there.
A lot of people say, no, I've had people tell me, you don't actually like Islays. Nobody really likes them. Horseshit. I actually really enjoy them.
He truly does.
I drink them all the time. There is
I really liked everything so far, honestly, but I couldn't sip on that. It's too much.
This is probably the farthest thing away from bourbon, right? So if you are a bourbon guy, a lot of these other ones, you're gonna see some similar veins going through some of these other ones.
Yeah.
This one, there's not a hint of bourbon in here. This is a all-out brutal assault on your taste buds. Like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. But that's why I like it, because it's something different.
Can I add water to it?
You sure can. I'm gonna tell you.
How much?
I'm gonna tell you right now. It normally makes it more aggressive.
Oh, really? Just like 3 drops?
Yeah, it's plenty. And Daniel from Whiskey Vault has explained this before. When you have a heavily oily or a high oil content whiskey, and
it's like oil and water don't mix kind of thing.
And what happens is then your oils come to the top. So then when you get it, you get just.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
What if I give it a real good swirl before?
Now, if you let it swirl and you let it kind of marinate for a minute, they will kind of mix. But right off the rip, if you put a couple drips, give it a swirl, and then take it, it's going to be way, way stronger.
My tummy feels real warm.
That's because we've been drinking barrel-proof whiskey for the last hour.
It didn't help at all.
Didn't make it better or worse?
Ugh. No,
just not your cup of tea.
It's tough for me.
We got one more Islay to try. This is a special one. This was in celebration of holiday season 2020. They have these special releases they do. This one's Gunsmoke Over the Moor.
Sounds great.
Yes. My boy Ben at Scotch Malt said it takes him to a place of, if you were over in Scotland on a foggy morning in the mossy, green, damp woods of Scotland, hunting.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Which I thought was a really interesting description. Oh yeah.
That doesn't smell as smoky.
Not as smoky.
As that last one.
That
doesn't like hit as hard.
This one does smell more subtle. There's an earthiness to this one. Almost like a moss. I can see why he said.
I don't know how you guys smell this stuff.
Like,
I don't know.
Like, you've never been in the woods? Like, you've never been like in the woods after it rains and there's like, it's like a mossy kind of like.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but this doesn't smell like that to me.
Something almost kind of reminds me of tobacco. Almost smells cigarish to me for some reason.
60%. I know, I already saw it.
Remarkably smooth for 60 though. Very good. That is very nice.
I'm scared.
That one is not near as aggressive. It's more complex in the fact that the smoke isn't quite as overpowering and things are a little more balanced, right? There's like some earthiness, something that reminds me of kind of like a sweet tobacco flavor. And there is like some smokiness in there for sure.
I can smell a little bit of sweet.
There's some sweet. It reminds me of like
caramel.
Reminds me of caramel. I could get caramel. I can see your caramel.
Really?
I can see a little caramel.
I'm such a professional.
Reminds me of like a sweet cigar, like a sweet tobacco, or like maybe even a sweet pipe tobacco.
I like that one.
What? It's just because you've had so many to drink. It's because you're like 4 deep. You'd never say that if I gave it to you.
No, the last one I didn't like.
I'm assuming this is an Islay because it's got the green cap, and I think all the stuff with the green band is Islay. Like when I think stereotypical Islay.
Right. He makes me taste all these things, by the way. So I know a little bit about a little bit.
And you love it.
But it doesn't taste like an Islay to me because typically I don't like them because it's a lot for me.
It does taste like an Islay in the fact that there is some smoke in there. There is
Yeah.
there is a little bit of that sea brininess kind of in there.
The
So-
mermaid's bathwater.
Mermaid's bathwater.
You know,
Meaty.
thicker. Like,
Well, that's the big thing about Islays, right? Is a lot of Islays are, because they're heavily peat smoked, there's a lot of oil.
that's what it is.
So
it feels. Is that the mouthfeel?
The mouthfeel. It's all about the mouthfeel.
I'm learning all kinds of things today, y'all. You do feel weird talking about mouthfeel. It feels like heavy in your mouth, like thick in there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said.
Like, this is probably my favorite one.
Get the f out of
Yeah.
here. That is not your
I like it a lot. I probably couldn't start with this,
No.
but I could end with
I
it.
don't normally start with Islays, honestly.
I could end with it though, for sure.
I normally do.
The last one though, no.
No.
But this one, I like
Yes.
this one. You can pour me some more. I'll take it with me for the road.
We got to do dinner here in just a little bit. So we purposely timed this so that we could eat some food after to absorb, because this is a lot of barrel proof whiskeys.
Yeah.
Hopefully, kind of going over some of these different regions of Scotland and Scotch have kind of shown that there is a huge variety of Scotch out there to try. If you've had one or two Scotches and you didn't like them, don't pigeonhole the whole category of Scotch. If you like whiskey, and even if you don't like whiskey, odds are there is a Scotch out there.
Which I don't, actually.
Odds are there is a Scotch out there you're gonna enjoy. So explore, have fun, try some different stuff. There's a tons of great ones out there. Talk to your people at your local liquor stores. Get in some of the videos and the forums and stuff and talk to people. Lots of great stuff out there that people love to recommend. So definitely give Scotch a try. That's coming from a bourbon guy that hated Scotch for years. So
He likes Scotch a lot.
I do. Now, when I go to reach for a whiskey at night, it's a 50-50 thing, whether it's Scotch or bourbon. That used to not be the case. And before we go, one last time, big thanks to the people at Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. They're great people over there. They do really cool stuff. They provided all of the bottles for this. Check down below. We'll put details down below about how you can get that $50 gift certificate from Scotch Malt if you want to join the club and be one of the cool folks.
So worth it.
Totally is worth it. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We're buzzed now, so we're gonna go and eat some food. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free.
Smash that like
Smash
button.
that like button. If you didn't,
Lord baby Jesus.
if you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I hope everybody is having a
Fantastic day.
week.
Week. Month. Year.
See, you are buzzed. You f***ed up. And we will see you.
In the next video.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
The club clap.
We're f***ing 40. We don't do club claps anymore.
Just did it. I go out.
Man, you don't go shit. We've been married for 12. You ain't gone f***ing nowhere.
I mean, I go out sometimes to dance.
And you done the club clap?
Yeah. If the song comes on.
I'm gonna club clap you until your f***ing head. I'm trying to have such. This is starting off swimmingly. I shouldn't heard the hash in her. I'm so giant. Oh my god. I'm crushing my soul. Scotch. Okay, that's it. We're out.